Hi, I'm your goddess Nazca, here with Trocoma. We're watching
Pokemon Scalpers are the worst.
Gotta Catch 'em All Pokemon. Yay!
Back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? Coming and sitting down because today we are talking about Pokemon cards. You know, we have done a video on trading card games and the rise of collectors, and you know, we talked about the game, but over the last couple years, trading card games have blown up in
This stuff is actually why I'm dipping out of Pokemon cards.
And yet you're gonna do an unboxing of, what is it?
Final Fantasy cards.
And Magic the Gathering cards when they come in and...
Final Fantasy crossover with Magic the Gathering cards. It's
But-
different.
You're not doing this anymore.
I'm not doing that anymore. Because I was way too addicted to Pokemon cards. I think literally the best Pokemon card I have is a graded Golden Mew from the, 25th anniversary set?
Yeah.
It was, I graded it. It's a 10, so it's a nice little 10. I also have a Charizard from the same set.
Don't we have a Charizard unboxed that's still in the wrapper down in the cabinet over there?
Yeah. I got,
We can see how much it's going for. I wonder if we can grade it
oh, yeah, they do grade boxes.
and then we sell it in for... Anyway.
popularity. Not that they were ever really unpopular, but it's possible that this may not be a good thing. I mean, sure, we all want games we enjoy to be popular. And after all, it means more people play with and money to put back into improving the experience, right? Well, sadly, this couldn't be farther from the truth, especially for what we're going to focus on.
When I try some... yeah. The voice actors from...
For Bayonetta.
Lost her job because she asked for more money because she thought she was getting underpaid when in fact she was getting paid good money. I know.
Oh yeah, that's
I
from the
heard about that. I remember that. Greedy.
Pokemon cards. It seems like the wrong groups of people have found their way into the community, and it's causing a lot of problems. Because of this, the game has gone from an exciting child's activity to all-out war. So let's talk about the dark side of collecting Pokemon cards. Never thought I would say that before in my life, huh? Jesus Christ. Hey, but first we have to ask ourselves, what exactly is the problem? Which, if you haven't been on any social media, you may have never seen it, but chances are you've seen people fighting in Target. You've seen mostly just a lot of physical violence, people running through stores to grab stocks. It's an all-out...
It's because they all have the exact same mindset that we're wanting to do with the 2 Charizard boxes that we have and the Elite Trainer Charizard box we have.
By the way,
Hold on to it, let it simmer, gain value, and try to sell it for big money.
On the side tangent, you know what Nintendo's doing to keep scalpers from going to their website and buying them all up? They're making it where you have to have a Nintendo Plus account for 12 months before you can buy or pre-order a Switch.
Ooh.
And you have to play for more than 50 hours on your current Switch.
Oh, so they want to make sure that you're a
fan.
You're actually gonna buy the system to play with, not just to resell later. Ooh. Yes, I guess that's pretty smart.
Blood war right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ever since the pandemic, the value of rare and vintage Pokemon cards has gotten astronomical.
What?
What was that for? I looked down for a second. What card was that for?
Well, you back it up for just a minute.
Never seen it, but chances are you've seen people fighting in Target. You've seen mostly just a lot of physical violence, people running through stores to grab...
Wasn't there a period where Walmart wanted to sell Pokemon cards because people were stealing them?
That was also Target too. Like both Walmart and Target, they stopped allowing the sale of Pokemon cards. I guess they got a bunch of backlash from that.
Too many knives.
It's an all-out blood war right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ever since the pandemic, the value of rare and vintage...
$27,000 for that?
That's a first edition Team Rocket's Dark Charizard.
So it's worth
Pokemon
that.
cards has gotten
I was a Okay, sorry.
Okay, I saw a quick glimpse of that. I believe that's one of those rare. There's only so many of. Yeah. That's the special Illustrator Pikachu that's only in Japan and it was only handed out to a certain amount of people. So yeah, that card is like crazy rare. I think there's maybe only 10 in existence.
It's like the PlayStation Nintendo thing that were back when Sony and Nintendo were going to make a console together. Mm-hmm. And they made it where it was like a Super Nintendo, but it also could play a PlayStation disc. There's only like 10 or 12 of those exist, and they're like insanely expensive.
Oh, the Pokemon card incident. Here in Canada, my younger brother is into them, and he saw first fight. Oh, he was in a fist fight at his local card shop. Wow. Not only for a special edition, but for the regular ones too. Ugh. Yeah, classic packs are getting released to modern day. Yeah. That was the 25th anniversary packs, I believe, or 20th. I can't remember. 25th? 20? I think
astronomically high, unbelievably high, and the fact that mainstream creators were joining in only added fuel to the fight.
No, he saw a fist fight over. Okay, good.
Fuck Logan Paul.
Especially considering people were holed up inside their homes with stimulus checks to spend on frivolous things. Twitch donations. Remember the Among Us craze? A lot of no-nos back then. DoorDash. I was a DoorDash guy. I remember I kept getting the same guy too, and I was just like, I feel like at this point I should just like text him. Just be like, dude, just give me your number. This essentially turned the card into stock investments. And with this became the rapid growth.
That's exactly what we're doing. Pokemon is literally one of those things where you buy it, you don't open it, you hold on to it and pray that it gets value. We got 2 Charizard, the special box that has the gold Charizard on it, as big box. We got 2 of those sealed we're holding on to, and then an elite trainer box of the Gigantamax Charizard on it from Champions.
And then we're going to pay a mortgage off of that, right?
Of Pokemon scalpers, people who buy products with the explicit goal of selling them on secondary markets for a higher price. This can make enjoying the hobby difficult for a player who just wants to play the game. Not only does it now become more difficult to buy new packs and box sets, but some become desperate enough to buy it for—
Run, Chunky, run!
Snorlax!
Snorlax into Pokemon. Sun goes. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic have theirs too. Yeah. True. But Pokemon's
raise
king,
price
I swear.
online because they become unavailable, thus justifying scalpers to continue scalping. An evil system. You go through, you see people dead sprinting through Target. All the stocks is out just because people are hoarding Pokemon cards like fuck gold. And then they raise the prices. There's probably a studio apartment in Burbank, California, just stacked with Pokemon cards. Just the guy scalping cards online, dude. It disgusts me. Even recently, LEGO announced that official Pokemon sets are coming in 2026, and people are already speculating that it'll be an absolute bloodbath to acquire them in stores. And people seem to forget that these products have a massive child audience. If adults can't get their hands on these products, what chance do the children have? Think
None.
of the children.
Screw the children. This is my damn childhood. These Pokemon are meant for me.
As I say, fuck them kids.
Pokemon's my generation. You kids get back in line.
Even sports cars make no sense, yeah?
Yes. It's so true. Hey, I'll give this to cards. At least it's a physical item versus NFTs. At least it's physically there. They got that going for it.
If the child can't have it, dude. You know what I say? Good. If anything, if a child can't get it, they're like, yeah, I was going to get into it, but every adult around me was buying them, so I thought, this is cringe, and I didn't get it. That's what I think.
It's a millennials game. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know who the f that is.
Remember back in the day when Beanie Babies came out?
Yeah.
And everybody was against Pokemon cards.
Exactly. The craze of the Beanie Babies. Oh my God. At what point is Pokemon going to go downhill like Beanie Babies? I wonder.
Well, Beanie Babies burnt out where Pokemon started off slow. God, my parents could have just bought me Pokemon cards when I was a kid.
Your grandparents.
They had shit ton of Beanie Babies. I'm like, if I was more into Pokemon back in the day, I could have unopened packs of Pokemon cards I found in their house.
Oh, Mom, why? We went to McDonald's so much for the stupid Beanie Babies, and they're worthless.
But especially when scalpers are programming bots to buy new products online seconds after they drop. It's like a streetwear scalpers or something like that.
You take care, Joe Star. See you next time. Bye. Okay.
You know?
I did that with Magic cards on eBay.
What was that?
It was a fly on a card. Literally, the
Scalpers are
Lotus is
programming
the
bots
only
to buy
one I
new products
know for
online
Magic
seconds
that's worth something.
after they drop. It's like a streetwear scalpers or something like that, you know?
I did that with
It's a fly card.
Magic cards on eBay.
It's literally
you?
just a
Yeah,
picture of a
little scalping
fly.
bot, yeah.
Did it work well?
I bought like Shocklands for pretty cheap.
Nice. This animosity towards Pokemon scalpers is starting to reach new heights, and many fear
Yeah.
that the hoops people must jump through to get their hands on new cards is
Charizard
deferring
won.
potential players from joining the TCG community. Trading card game.
That got me into
In case someone's
Digimon.
like, what is that?
Yeah.
Huh? And if you want to know how bad things have gotten, look no further than the 2025 Costco Wars. Costco recently began selling Pokemon cards at marked down price. And early on, things
That
turned
was the
into
set.
an
That was the set.
absolute
That was the
shit
problem.
show. In a recent viral clip, you can see a horde of
My
people
keyboard
lined
dead.
up behind a pile of
But yeah, that picture of the Mew was the set that I got.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made a terrible decision here.
You know what this reminds me of? The way they had this set up?
What?
This is Black Friday.
Yeah.
This is exactly what happened Black Friday. This is Pokemon Black Friday.
boxes for 151 Blooming Waters Premium Collection
the
packs.
set. That's the
what?
set.
This box set contains various packs with the original 151 Pokemon, which are very high quality and valuable. Costco had to know that this was going to be a bloodbath, dude. I think the CEO was just like, good. Yes, rats in a maze. As soon as the pallet jack is pulled out by a Costco employee, the organized line
That lady
Run
ran.
away.
into an
Run.
all-out frenzy as people grab multiple boxes and stuff them into their carts. Some customers are pushed to the floor as passing customers lunge at them to grab boxes out of their hands.
Give me your
It's like
boxes.
seeing
Give me your
them
boxes.
Jingle all the way.
Yes!
Also, it's
Yes!
performative to bring it out on a pallet jack. Here it go. I hope nobody grabs it. Why make such a spectacle of it? Costco runs on a schedule. It's got to be 2 p.m. That's when the new trading card product goes out, okay? In another video, you can see an older man wrap himself around another customer to
Woof.
The
How desperate. Oh my goodness. The question is, how many of these people just want to buy these cards to resell, and how many actually legit want them to open?
wrestle a box out of his hands, only to be violently elbowed in the face, but somehow the man still continues holding on for dear life. He's like, no!
Damn.
Magic
1,000 for.
A dozen for a piper. Ha ha ha. Funny joke.
getting your face caved in. You're just like, Jar Jar.
true.
Charizard. Help me now! Eventually, police had to be called to break up the giant brawl that ensued, but no arrests were made. Everyone's just like,
To the victor goes the spoils, right, boys?
look at all these dogs with their tails
my
tucked between their
gosh.
legs. Go on home, boys. This one's for me. But because of these encounters going viral online, Costco acted quickly by enforcing a purchase limit of 2 boxes
Yeah,
per
that
customer.
doesn't help.
They also started having employees and security nearby the products at all times to stop people
Oh
from
my
going
goodness.
crazy. I like how there has to be a guy with like a baton. He's just like, don't make me do this. Like threatening violence to a person. Hey, it's 2! It's like a little kid has 3 boxes. It's 2. Put it back. It got so bad that Costco employees were tasked with preloading shopping carts with the highest limit box sets allowed for purchase in order to prevent customers from throwing hands. There's like, it's already in there.
Damn.
Just walk to the checkout. Just take it and walk. The value
They had to preload carts with the Pokemon cards you're allowed to have.
Are you scared?
I'm glad I bowed out of Pokemon. I just keep the ones that I had bought and hope maybe someday they'll have some value. Hopefully Pokemon doesn't burn out like Beanie Babies just yet. But I do foresee Pokemon falling down that
This
way.
is why I rely on online shopping nowadays.
Yeah, to avoid the crazies.
But you can't get all the good sales. You gotta go into the storm to get all the good sales.
right?
Getting all these boxes, it cannot be worth it. It cannot be worth it to have that much civil unrest. What are the Japanese doing to prevent this? All right, all these are American solutions. What are the Japanese doing to fix this? I mean, regardless of what rules are put into place, people are still getting in fights all around the world over their precious Pokemon cards. And this wasn't the first time that.
Oh my god, and I saw the beginnings of this. My school was probably right for banning Pokemon cards. Because if I remember correctly, I think kids were fighting, distracted, and stealing from each other when it came to Pokemon cards. It has elevated to the outside world. It was once encapsulated in schools.
No, those kids just growed up and they went outside.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was once encapsulated in schools, and now it's grown out into the real world because we grew up. That same mindset's still there. Everyone wants to beat up and steal and get all the Pokemon cards. It's now out in the real world, not in schools anymore. The sacrifice. I don't want to sacrifice my pay for paper.
Stores had to enforce new rules to prevent people from getting hurt by trading cards. It happened back in 2021 when Target had to temporarily put a stop to selling of trading cards after an intense fight broke out in the parking lot in Wisconsin. I don't know why. Almost every unruly video, it's always in a Target, which points Walmart. Even Walmart.
Walmart had its moments too. I remember the cards getting banned in Walmart also because we mainly just go to Walmart.
Yeah, we ain't Target people.
Mm-hmm.
Other breed of thing going on here. It's like watching Dumbledore drink that thing. He's like, oh. He's like, no, I don't want you. That's what it's like having a Walmart be like, come here, buy these cards. Actually, I think Walmart stopped doing it too, though, because of the same reason.
They did.
A lot of shoplifting.
People at Walmart are like, oh, I don't care, just take it. What is it? I think the only thing they care about is guns and liquor. You put the captain back. You can take the Pokemon. I don't know what the hell that Japanese shit is. Take it. I will say that became a thing too. I remember in the past, people would like lift up Walmart shelves because stuff had fallen back behind.
Find the hidden treasure because shit falls in the cracks.
Like we ain't hiding it out.
Could be, but for that long.
It. So it's just like in dust and dead debris and bugs. I'm like, oh, cool. It's like a set that came out 6 years ago or something.
Look at that
One
baby.
man purchased some cards only to be jumped by 4 other people that wanted to steal them from him. The man was assaulted by an entire group until he pulled out a gun, at which they fled the scene.
Okay, went too far.
In order to protect your Pokemon, remember to always carry a piece.
The man who assaulted him were found and arrested on charges of battery, disorderly conduct, and strangulation. I like how that's not a part of like the battery assault or anything. It's just like, and you choked him. What the hell is this? I also love the signs that they put up. Yeah, sorry, because the world, everyone are apes in the world, we can't give you Japanese trading cards. Sorry about that.
Oh my goodness. When I was in HS, I was watching my friends steal cards and ran with as if stole anything. I didn't steal anything. Yeah, you just gotta pretend. Oh,
and during that same year, Walmart encountered the same problem. Because of fights breaking out between customers, they had to post signs announcing that they would be suspended due to, quote, inappropriate customer behavior and increased demand. But Costco isn't the only place that's seeing a recent uptick in Pokemon-fueled chaos. Let's take a look at the Pokemon vending machines. I don't know why.
Oh, I've heard
right
of
now,
this.
already in the video, we've talked about that. Since the pandemic, we're 5 years deep into Pokemon chaos, and they're just like, why don't we just make machines we just put around for people to get pissed off at and punch?
Dude. I think it was Aki. She went to
It was Vegas.
and they had Pokemon.
It wasn't a
machine.
It wasn't a machine like this. It was like a something beside it. It had others like sports cards and other stuff.
Yeah. You put you $75 in and it poops out a graded card for you. What does this thing do?
It's made of metal and glass. I'm sure that's gonna be fine. Pokemon vending machines, cool.
But look at them, they're cute.
Oh my god, it is kawaii. Did Ash Ketchum or Professor Oak help design this? Misty did this shit. Or that creep Brock. Closing his eyes, he's like, I see you. Hello, princess. Stores around the world have started installing vending machines that exclusively sell Pokemon packs, elite trainer boxes, sets, and more. If that means anything to you. Doesn't to me. Some believe that these can prevent unnecessary conflict compared to having piles of loose cards on shelves.
I mean,
However,
yes,
scalpers always
actually.
find a way. Scalpers would repeatedly visit these machines and clean out the entire stock. And in one instance, a woman spent over $1,000 emptying the vending machine despite kids waiting in line behind her to purchase.
$1,000? Oh my god.
She had $1,000 to pump into that machine for Pokemon cards.
Apparently. And I feel sad at the world.
I can't wait. I can't wait until those cards that we have value. I want to sell it, get it over with. I never want to touch a Pokemon card again.
Don't put our address, we'll get robbed.
It's just a single pack. She's like, I'm sorry. And the problem was so bad that it eventually became acceptable to film and shame people for doing this, which I do think that's nice. If you see somebody unloading an entire vending machine, because also even if it was food, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, are you kidding me? This is crazy. Anybody?
Why would you put that much money into buying packs of Pokemon cards? Just to hope to turn around and sell it for more? You're still going to be $1,000 out currently. It's going to take a while for those babies to value. Woof. Even Pokemon, I just play only remake. I would never play is Heart, Gold, Silver. Oh, the older games. Oh yeah. That's true. I'm not even sure if I want the newest Pokemon game, to be honest. And when it comes to Pokemon cards, I like them still. What I like doing is I like playing the Pokemon TCG app that they came out with. That's really fun, and I don't have to pay money for it. I just make multiple accounts.
Unloading a vending machine. I'm like, really? And of course, what would a Pokemon restock be without two adults getting into a heated altercation? In the San Francisco Bay Area, a man had been sitting in his car all morning till the 10 a.m. restock of the Pokemon vending machine in his local grocery store. When he entered the store, he saw that someone was already using the machine. And by God, this angered him. Angered by this, he starts yelling about him waiting in his car was the same as him waiting in line. That doesn't make sense. I was outside, dude. He then pushes the man out of the way before proceeding to sprawl his arms and legs out to stop him from buying anything else. It is easily, I think, a great contender for Cringe Clip of the Year, which I do think that we should maybe start cataloging. Cringe Clip nominee of the year. And the cringiest clip goes to man sprawling out over Pokemon vending machine. Just want to put this out there that the aggressive.
They need to have a amount cap in the vending machine now. But how would that work out?
You just buy one at a time, and then it saves your card info, unless you have different cards. But even still, I don't know.
Ugh. There's no getting around this.
Here
Everything's
is an
screwed.
Eagles fan. Philadelphia Eagles. Kill yourself. Eventually, staff had to intervene and tell him to calm down. And after failing to do so, he was ultimately arrested. And the victim of this altercation noted that the man started pretending to be hurt when the cops arrived, despite no punches or anything physical being thrown.
I hate people like that.
Well, I love it when it's old women. My favorite thing when they're like, ow, ow! And it's on camera. They're like, what are you doing? You hit me! You talk that style. It's like my favorite. If I was an old cranky bitch, I'd do the exact same thing. I'd be like, you hit my head, I'm bleeding! Well, no matter what wrongs me, it could be something super small. I'm dropping to the ground. I'm telling everybody that you hit me. That's what I'm doing. I might even start just incorporating that into my own life. But as confrontations like this keep happening more.
I will have to say this. I used to go to a place called Collector's Cash where they had, I did this with Magic, actually, not with Pokemon. I wish I could have done it with Pokemon, where they had this thing where you buy, like, the newest box that came out, and you sit there and you build a deck with the packs that you open, and then you play with that deck in, like, a kind of a tournament thing.
Huh.
That was really fun. I miss that. I'm hoping now with our sleep schedule changed and that cute little card shop that's over there, I hope they have stuff like that. I want to go to that card place more.
More frequently, these stores were also pushed to enforce purchase limits on these vending machines. Not only is loitering no longer allowed near these machines, but machines began putting pauses on purchasing their available inventory throughout the day to push scalpers to get impatient and give up. The guy who's sitting out in his car for 7 hours, you think he's not going to just be like, oh wait. And at Target, they're I'm just gonna go to Pizza Hut because there's a Pizza Hut in Target. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna go to Starbucks in Target. If you watched our last video about trading card game community, you may be convinced that it's exclusively composed of horrendous people, but that's not always the case. Coop's Collection is a content creator that streams himself running a Pokemon card vendor. In a recent video, a customer approached him at a convention and hands him a binder filled with various holographic Pokemon cards and encourages to give it to someone for free. Later, a young boy approached the vendor with his father. His father explains that he's new to collecting and was curious about it, so Coop surprised him by giving him the binder.
Aww. Definitely didn't have a camera set up.
I see everything now and I'm just like, yeah, right. Oh yeah, convenient, dude. I want to believe, but my putrid, small, fat heart won't let me
Yeah. Yeah, part of me is like, was that staged?
Yeah.
It's nice to believe it wasn't, but you never know. My store was called Kaboom. Huh, that's interesting.
Nice. Like, hand it to him and it's just like, all right, give it back. Get the f away from it! That's in my mind. That's what happens. All scalpers are scum.
But this guy's got a heart of gold.
This guy does have a heart of gold. I'm gonna choose to believe that he has a heart of gold. Please, have a heart of gold. Anyway.
You know, it's probably best not to get the next generation into Pokemon.
But then the price is gonna die out. That's the other problem.
It's gonna be a lot of things.
So yeah, I forgot there's more to this story about this stupid thing. The stranger next to him even joins in by handing him one of his most valuable graded cards. Whatever,
Why?
who gives a fuck? The kid got some free cards. He's gonna get rid of them as soon as he finds out what pussy is. But we can also talk about how the Pokemon community saved a dying puppy. Is this video wholesome progress now? This feels... In 2021, an 8-year-old child from Virginia named Bryson discovered that his 4-month-old black lab puppy named Bruce was diagnosed with parvo, which is like puppy cancer. Parvo is a contagious virus that, if left untreated, has an incredibly high mortality rate in puppies.
Yeah. We had to get parvo shots to Mushi when he was a baby pup.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you get Rottweilers, it's like a death sentence for them.
Oh.
Puppers. And from that day, they brought Bruce home. The two of them were inseparable. He was incredibly distraught to see that Bruce was losing lots of weight. And this feeling became worse when he realized that his family could not afford the thousands of dollars it would take to treat the dog. In tears, he told his mom this, and I quote, this is the direct quote.
I don't want Bruce to die. I'm gonna pray that he don't die.
What is that quote?
This is a hard-hitting journalism people come to this story for.
I'm gonna pray that he don't die. Bruce, don't go. Take off your angel wings, Bruce. Don't fly.
I can't help the dark humor, but I am still sad.
Away yet, but soon after, the little boy decided to take action. He came home from school with paper advertisements he made for a Pokemon yard sale. He hoped he could sell his Pokemon collection, which his mom referred to as his most prized possession, to raise enough money for the treatment.
That is so chased by a highway.
Literally by a highway, like, please stop so my dog doesn't fly to heaven. He don't die. Dog, he don't die. I hate that this is tugging on my heartstrings too. I'm like, I feel so bad for the kid. Some of his neighbors paid him a visit and purchased some cards. Like, his neighbors are just like, what is it? I can give you $3, kid. All right. Say thank you. That's not enough to clip his wings so he doesn't fly to heaven. He wasn't making much money early on. When it was discovered why he was trying to raise money, the news started to spread throughout town. His mother started advertising the stand on Facebook as well, which brought tons of new people over. Friends then helped her set up a GoFundMe page, which quickly raised over $28,000. Touched by Bryson's willingness to give up his favorite things in order to save his dog, people started donating their own Pokemon collections to help him free of charge so he could keep it going. I mean, that's just...
So he scammed people.
That's how I... That's what
Why does it gotta be horrible? Why
There's a
can't I
wolf.
believe in the happy things?
There's no
All
happiness.
dogs gotta... No.
Mine goes immediately. My dog's not couldn't look healthier. Look how skinny he is. He just has flanged ribs. It's like really normal in puppies. You can see his bone. I don't want him to leave. Like the dad's just like,
No.
Fargo.
Let me cry.
Was Pargo. And at one point, employees working for Pokemon Co. even sent him rare packs over hearing about the story. Awesome. And in the end, Bruce was able to be treated and is in good health. Leftover money was used to help several other families who struggled to afford health care for their dogs. Because this diseased dog ridden town, dude. You know, my dog's died. It's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the vet in this town are like,
Can't get you
I don't know
shaved
why
next
they keep
week.
this. There must be something in the water for these pups. I like how Pokemon Co's just like, what happened? Here's 2 packs. What, you couldn't pay for the surgery? Like, wouldn't it not have been cool if Pokemon stepped in and they were like, we'll pay for the dog surgery? All right, though, enough positivity. That was heartwarming
cool.
as shit. Let's get back to the muck and talk about how
Yeah.
Pokemon collecting can go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yay!
Starting with some particular
Let's go back to the dark stuff
We
now.
can't be happy.
You ready? I'm waiting to hear someone getting kiffed over Pokemon cards
really
now.
bleak Reddit post, because you know we have to just bring down the mood a little bit, right? All filtered through Nick. You play the character of the person making the Reddit post.
My husband has racked up a lot of debt.
Nearly $100,000
$1,000.
playing Pokemon cards.
We need. If you've seen my face now, I look like Kale Hammer. What the fuck? Oh my god, get this guy on financial audit. I want to see this episode.
You spent $100,000 on what? Pokemon! Of course!
Put that in perspective, we owe $80,000 on the house.
But that's a house.
Exactly.
100,000 buying Pokemon cards.
$100,000 in debt from Pokemon cards. What?
70K of it was paid off, but since then he's racked up another 27K since December.
Imagine
Wow. I love Pokemon. Grumble. I love gambling.
plowing through 70,000 in debt.
When he's like, I gotta talk to you about something. We got 27,000 more to pay off.
That's a divorce. I'm sorry, that's a
Yeah.
divorce.
Yeah.
Thank God you're so good at sex. You're literally perfect in every other way except the Pokemon cards.
I know nothing about these cards or industry.
I know nothing about these cards. It's just all Japanese. I don't know what it is.
But I need a way for him to not have the ability to buy.
Also, only my anime figure collection's not so bad now, is it?
If we sat down and took the time to count how much money we spent on your figures, my proplicas, other figures and stuff we have,
It ain't gonna come up to that, I guarantee you.
How much do you think it'll come up to?
1,000, I want to say, maybe.
a
But
car? It comes up to a car?
Anymore! How can I get rid of what he already has? What can I do to physically stop him from
H&U.
buying any more?
I would say, like the obvious solution, leave this person. This is the segment is now me just
Honey, it's
responding to the Reddit
business.
post. I'm gonna give you the solution,
Investments.
right? Answers only.
Don't.
Leave this person.
Oh.
If you have to physically say, how can I physically stop him? Because then you're gonna people be like, put cyanide in his drink.
Are there any
Oh.
forums I could join where I name him and tell him not to sell him anymore?
I like how the idea is like, who are you? My name is Brock. Dude, we can't. Yeah, you got cut off, dude. You're cut off. I'm sorry.
That was 11 days ago.
That post was 11 days ago. The 100th.
Wow.
Ripping a single pack triggered my gambling addiction. A friend of mine collects Pokemon cards. He let me rip one. I got hooked instantly. I started buying packs and collecting cards. Told myself it wasn't gambling. It was.
You know, it's true. Cards can be addicting. And here I am staring at, let's see, got one deck box, I got that box, I got 4 packs there. Oh, fun fact, I bought my Final Fantasy cards from Collector's Cash. Most of them anyway. The other 2 that are coming in the mail are from Amazon. But the ones I bought from Collector's Cash, I bought like a deck box, and then 4 loose packs,
Actually, it was only 3 loose packs. They put in a free pack for me because I ran into them at Planet Comic-Con and chatted. Wasn't that nice?
Speaking of which, your other cards are about 10 stops away.
Yay, my other card's coming soon. Yay!
Okay, because I was collecting something of value. I started with just a few packs here and there, but quickly turned into booster boxes and elite trainer boxes.
Yep.
I was spending
Yep.
around €300 a week.
I can see the addiction aspect of it. There's something very satisfying of opening a crack in packs, as they say. That's what they say in the TCG community, cracking. It is like gambling addiction. Because I think it's the same thing as people who are addicted to slots. All the numbers, or like the sounds and all that stuff. Even just the crinkling of the packaging and the hopeful opportunity that there's something in there. I've said this.
The smell of the cards is nice. You ever smell a nice new pack of cards you open?
How about a new game?
Yeah, it's the same as smelling a new game.
That's going away, you know that.
No, I will never buy non-fit. No.
What was that?
Oh God, I just realized. My whole world fell apart now.
I stare into the abyss.
Before on our Magic channel, if you're going to get into actually collecting, you don't have to buy packs. Just buy the singles. Even if you're like, oh, I don't know, this card's $200. I feel so weird, $200. And then you find out that you just spent $2,000 trying to open it in packs. Just pick up the card that you like, save up for the card that you want, and just hold it in your collection, and then let it accrue value that way. Hunter's
We
hack.
should play
I
Witcher
tried
3.
selling the valuable cards I pulled.
They have cards called Funny Side Quest.
If I'm gonna play a game that gives me cards. You know what's odd? I'm surprised they don't do this in the Pokemon games, where they add the Pokemon card game to the game. They did that with Digimon. Yeah, Digimon World 3, you actually can like buy packs of cards of Digimon cards in that world.
Interesting.
And then play an actual game with them.
Fun new packs, but I lost a lot of money doing this. Things spiraled out of control. Today, I opened all the Prismatic Evolution booster packs that I ordered 80 plus, but got nothing. I found myself chasing my losses in online casinos. I lost over €1,000 in an hour. That's when it hit.
But yeah, that's why I got annoyed with Pokemon cards and never seemed to get anything out of them.
Yeah.
When you buy a box and you literally get nothing. Not even a full art holographic or even EX or anything. I've literally opened a box and not gotten a single rare card. So yeah.
Digimon.
Digimon competitive is confusing concept.
Yeah, I used to have some Digimon cards, but I gave them away. Well, I traded them away a long time ago.
I had relapsed badly without even realizing it. I seriously need help to stay away from gambling, or I think it's going to ruin my life completely. I'm 25 now, and I really don't want to relapse again.
I like how much you're taking the piss out of a guy who's like genuinely asking for help. Like it's like an actual tragic story. You need to go to gambling addiction therapy, whatever. Or go to Vegas and try to hit it big. Every great gambler doesn't stop. You're always one bet away from changing it all around.
Open up some more prismatic packs. You might open the God
Prismatic packs, start to get open a couple more credit cards. You know, it's good to have debt.
You know what's attractive about the prismatic packs?
What?
They have the evolutions on them.
Ah.
That's what is. I look at them and it's like, oh, I secretly want that because it's got Eevee and all the evolutions, and that's my favorite. Anything with Pikachu, Charizard, and Eevee evolutions is always super eye-catching and popular. Oh, and Mew.
Did you modify?
The Force.
My 5-year-old son just got scammed at a library Pokemon card event. So my wife took my son to a Pokemon card event at the local library. After work, I see him, and he's so incredibly excited at all of the new cards he traded for.
That's nice.
My heart sank when I saw Rainbow Charizard.
Oh, he got faked. Didn't your dad buy you cards and they were fake one time?
Yeah, he bought me fake cards before, and instantly I was like, yeah, no, Dad, these are fake cards. You shouldn't be buying these.
And gold ho-hos. They were all fake.
They were all fake. Son, you got fleeced!
The older kids completely cleaned him out. He had like 30 EX or VV star cards. They're all gone, replaced by a bunch of fakes. It's not even about the money. They were the very first cards that we pulled together.
Aw, that's a sad way to end it. You know what, dude? These are the learning moments, dude. In life, you get burned.
That happened with me with you.
Oh, what's the difference?
Real and fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Ooh, that's a hard one.
Trying to look and make sure.
I see it a little bit. I think it's the size of the Yu-Gi-Oh logo in the
Yeah.
Japanese text is what I'm seeing. The difference. And also one of them's a little darker.
I can play pretend. Oh.
I can play pretend.
Yo.
Oh, definitely. Same.
I mean, you,
the amount.
you can still use the fake cards to play, in all honesty. Just, they're worthless. Which is sad, because the cards itself should have already been worthless, because they're just paper, like you said, right?
Of fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards out. I didn't give a shit though. I was like, sick. Like, I don't think I really understood. I'm like, this is worth money. I think I was just more like, yeah, Obelisk the Tormentor. I got the oh, it's a raw Slifer and my boy Obelisk.
Yep,
You're just like, all right, sleeve them up. I remember one time I think I cried in school trying to trade with a guy. He's like, all your stuff is fake. I'm like, no, I want this Buster Blader. All right, who wouldn't want that? I cried.
Buster Blade.
I was like, please. I was young. I was like,
The Dark Chaos Magician. That was my favorite. I have to move here. I was a sad little baby in school. I remember I had my binder of Yu-Gi-Oh cards during like the it's not lunch, but it's when you first get into school and you're in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
I was looking through them and hanging out with some people. This random guy comes up and grabs my binder. You know how I made him stop?
What?
I yelled out and started crying. A teacher immediately walked up to him and he got in so much trouble.
Sheesh.
So yeah, if you want your cards back in school, just start crying and be a girl. The look on his face. He was like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting you to do that.
17, 18. So it was a bit of a... Dude, I'm kidding. All right, let's Reddit post. Tired of these shitty little goblins crying on, guess what, dude? Shit happens, all right? Oh, look at my boy. Those are the first packs he opened. I think it's going to be all right. Yeah, how about you go play catch with him? How does that sound? No, open more packs. Let's talk about the Melbourne card theft crisis. Store owners across Melbourne are living in fear after a string of robberies early this year, targeting various collectible shops. In a recent, particularly gruesome display, a store called Aussie Collectibles was broken into, which can be seen on released surveillance video in the chaos. The robbers made out with over 100,000.
No, I'm scared of that poor little card shop that's down
Remember
there.
one time we went to vintage stock and it was busted out the window?
Oh yeah, someone busted out the window of that poor vintage stock. Ugh. I told my mom I want to Dark Magician. She gave me Beaver Warrior. Dude, I thought Celtic Guardian was super hot.
$1,000 worth of Pokemon cards. That's insane to just think. Also feels weird to just be like, I'm gonna leave this here. Put it in a vault, dude. Treat the shit like Hellsberg diamonds or something. Goddamn. The same occurred over at Blacklist Cards weeks prior, which lost over $20,000 in Pokemon cards after only being open for about a month. That's
Oh my goodness.
Because of this, the owner is unsure if he should keep the place running. No. Hunter tip. No. One car store owner admits that they've had trouble sleeping at night, often waking up in a panic to go check and see if security cameras were triggered overnight. Other stores have considered closing up shop to lay low or perhaps just halt the sale of Pokemon cards altogether. There have been 16 card store robberies within the past 8 months. It is believed that these recent events are all connected in the same way. For now, investigations.
I want to know what city those were in.
Melbourne, I think Australia.
Oh, Australia?
Apparently.
Huh. I thought that would be like California.
So still ongoing. 16 in 8 months is crazy. Like, I would not leave them in the glass case. I couldn't. It would make me disgusted to be like, somebody can just throw a rock through the window and take everything. I'd have a big ass security guard sleeping in there. There's like a tiny bed.
Yeah.
He sleeps in the middle room, whatever, and you have to like tiptoe in. You wake him up.
Yeah. Have a security guard be like Five Nights at Freddy's. He sees Pikachu come to life.
I mean, he has like a giant ogre club. That's what I would do. Breaks all the cases, ruins everything. At least nothing got stolen. While terrifying, at least these robbers occurred when innocent people were out of the store, right? Some people, however, are not as lucky. Let's talk about the $70,000 Pokemon card heist. A card shop in Osaka, Japan. We've been there.
Japan.
Sorry, I just got excited.
Japan?
Was hit by a group of thieves dressed in dark shirts and sunglasses who hoped to steal some valuable Pokemon cards. They had broken into the store at 3:30 a.m. The demonic witching hour. Surprised to see that 2 employees were still closing up for the night. In response, the thieves threatened them with knives as they tied them up. While some people are well versed in Pokemon TCG and know exactly what constitutes a valuable card, others are absolutely clueless and just see Pokemon card collecting as like a payday. The thieves began a frantic discussion with the tied up employees, asking for advice on what cards they should steal.
Hey, yo, man, I'm stealing from you, but can you tell me what's the difference between this card and this card and which one's worth more?
Those energy cards, they go for a shit ton of money. Steal all those energy cards.
Oh, yeah, you don't want the shiny ones. The shiny ones are shit. The shiny ones are a penny a dozen. You want to get the cool ones with the symbols and no Pokemon or words on them. Those are the ones you want to steal.
To make the most amount of money. Scared for their lives, they both started helping them pick the best cards. Pick the worst ones. Okay, you got Eevee. They ended up leaving the store with $70,000 worth in valuable cards, as well as the employees' phones and wallets. Oh shit. Luckily, nobody was injured. Sadly, an investigation has not yet led to any arrest. I like how you can just go into a Japanese store or like any store and just be like, I'm just gonna rob this.
That is the worst. It's not the cards that were stolen that's bad. They took their phone and wallets too. Add insult to injury. Sheesh.
On the topic of Pokemon robberies, you'd be surprised to find out that these thefts are peanuts compared to one of the most notable Pokemon heists. Let's talk about the biggest Pokemon robbery of all time. Photos had surfaced online alleging that one or more employees involved in printing cards for the Pokemon Company may be stealing rare Fusion Strike cards off a line and selling them to local card stores.
Yeah. This story right here was the reason why I was like, wow, they can literally just take good cards from packs already, and that's what made me like, yeah, maybe that's the reason why I hadn't been getting any good cards lately. I'm gonna stop buying them now. That's the exact reason why I thought it would be a good idea. Well, I believe is a good idea not to buy Pokemon anymore. The fact that the printing company of the cards is stealing all the good cards
to make massive profit. The image showcased a ludicrous amount of incredible valuable cards. Yeah, I know. There's some people who are like this. Oh, sorry fellas. Close your gobs and listen up. Trading Card World, one of the local stores that the thief was attempting to sell to, refused to do business with him, assuming that anyone with a collection like this either stealing them or printing counterfeits. In an attempt to prove their legitimacy, the thief admitted to working for a Pokemon card printing company, and the shop worker immediately reported him to the Pokemon Company. A big bundle of oopsie daisy there. An investigation began, and it was quickly discovered who the thief was.
these dum-dums, they're smart enough to... I'm not even sure if I'd call it smart enough, but they take the cards, but they don't plan it very well ahead of time. I mean, of course, it's gonna look suspicious. You're trying to sell a bunch of the exact same card that's super rare at the same time. You need to do it in intervals. Be patient with your thievery. Sheesh.
The man was put into police custody soon after, but much of the information regarding the case has been confidential. Many people dissecting the image and its contents estimated that the man could have very likely made off with over $300,000 if he had just been patient and sold the cars slowly over time. Why
That's
would
what
he
I
do
said,
that?
yeah.
Get that money now. It's called quick cash, which to anyone that is looking at Pokemon cards as a way to make a pretty penny, just know that it's no different from buying stocks or gambling, except it's probably way worse and not as profitable. Honestly, I feel like if you have a good run, you can make more gambling. If you play the stock market, also, by the way, you have to play that for your whole life. You just have to put money into it and just be like, I'm not even gonna look at it. So it's not like you're just like, ooh, my returns every week. That's not how the stock market.
Do you do that?
I check my 401k, but I don't like, oh, ooh, I pull it out. No.
Yeah.
And then we have that random CD and junk.
Well, that's so we can save up money for a trip, but
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that was this video. Thank you for joining us. Bye. Okay.